If you have pain and suffering, find people to help you get out of it. You're a miracle. You're a gift. God created you to be great. Your story of you getting rid of your pain and suffering now will help millions of people. Millions of people. You want to have a cause? You want to have a belief in something? Great. Learn to help others. The way to greatness is the service of many. My childhood was awful. It was really, really awful in so many ways. And just one part of that I'll share with you is that, the people of the county or the state felt they need to take me away from my mom and dad at the age of 13. And so, never seen my father since then. And I only say this, that I went from foster home to foster home to a foster home. And all while this was happening, I felt that I was unworthy, that there's something wrong with me, that it was my fault. Oh, man. That it was my fault. Why would someone not want me to be their son? I couldn't understand it. And throughout my young years, boy, this is way rawer than I thought it would be. And I not only thought it was my fault, but maybe I brought this on. If my dad beat me up and did awful things to me, and other people did awful things to me, then I probably brought this on. And I now understand that that's the only way an innocent child, can deal with that stuff. So anyway, I apologize. This is super raw. And so, thank God that I met my wife, Terry, and instead of being around people that just was silent, they knew what was going on. Everybody knew what was going on, and no one said anything. Everybody turned a blind eye to it and pretended that it didn't matter, that it wasn't their business, that who are they to interfere in the lives of other people's families? And when you get separated from that, and I met my wife, and then I met her mom and dad, and I was going like, wow, this is what it feels like to be loved and accepted and cared for. We all need love and acceptance. We all need certainty in our life. We all need connection and love. And because of my wife and her parents, I got that. And from there, I started reaching out, and I found other people that went through the awful stuff I did as a child. And they were telling me, hey, Robert, it's okay. It's okay. Even Oprah, not only beaten, but sexually abused by family members, and had a child, and then lost the child. And look at her today. And I started having people that cared for me, and they started sharing stories of people that have been through stuff like me, including worse. And they made it, and it gave me inspiration. It gave me hope. It gave me a sense of connection and love. It made me believe that I was somebody that that I was okay, that everything was all right. And I became stronger, and I became uh, believing in myself, and I learned to fall back in love with myself, and I learned to get rid of those ugly, ugly thoughts that I had in my head. And by hanging around people that know that your pain and your suffering, and other people that don't know your pain and suffering want you to be silent. And so thank God for people like Martin Luther King that said, people are being treated wrong, and they got to stop being treated wrong. And you see people that might have, they might not have the same sexual preferences you do. And they might not believe in the same uh, religion as you do. And they might not think about the same political party as you do. And we just live in a world that we got to stop throwing people under the bus that think different than us. And so I wrote my story. As soon as I got strong, really, really strong, and got my voice, and again, my wife gets so much credit for this. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you more than you'll ever know. And I became stronger, and I got a voice, and I started, going out there, and I started finding people that were like me. And some of my top students and clients that I've had that are multi millionaires, they came from the same background. They came from their parents not wanting them anymore, abandoning them, not loving them, not connecting with them, abusing them mentally, physically, sexually. And I could relate to them. So there was this people in the world that now fed into me. I then know of other stories of success people that went through all this ugliness, and now I was doing that for others. And just like Martin Luther King did. It's like these people, and I'm not even saying I'm anything close to them, but I'm going to try until the day I die to find people that have been silent too long, that have kept it all inside, that because of embarrassment, because of humiliation, because of all these things, they keep silent and try to deal with it in their own mind, in their own spirit, their own heart. I'm telling you, please, 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 please ask for help. Please ask for help. When I became strong and tried to share with other people that knew my parents, they weren't supportive. They didn't want to listen. They didn't want to acknowledge that anything had to happen. It's like they denied it forever. That when you bring it up, it's too raw for them. I knew that people didn't know how to tell me that they were sorry that they didn't do anything, because they knew. They frickin' knew. And so now it's very raw when I go back home, because my wife looks at people in my family as people that just turned a blind eye. And when you look at Martin Luther King, it's like you look all the stuff of, the people that have a different sexual preference, that are different. And when they first start getting strong with their voice, it like people violently try to hurt you more. It's like you're already a victim. You're already a victim. And now you work and get strong, surround yourself with a good support team, have people that understand your head better, help you get out of that pain and suffering, and it starts over. It starts over. And you can see that this brought up a lot in me. I didn't think that it would bring this stuff up. And you know what? Some people got to stand up and fight for those that don't have a voice. Reach out to somebody and don't try to do this alone. And I know right away you're thinking, well, I can't pay for therapy. I can't pay for counseling or psychiatrist or psychologist. No. Find other people that have suffered and went through the same pain. There's support groups all over the place. And talk to them. Open up your heart and get love and get connection and get value and stuff back in your life. You are a miracle. You are a miracle, and it's time for you to get it. It's time for you to get it. If you have pain and suffering, find people to help you get out of it. You're a miracle. You're a gift. God created you to be great. Your story of you getting rid of your pain and suffering now will help millions of people. Millions of people. You want to have a cause? You want to have a belief in something? Great. Learn to help others. The way to greatness is the service of many. The service of many. So find someone to help. Get rid of the pain and suffering. Learn to tell your story so you can release it and have joy and have happiness and fulfillment in the rest of your years of your life. And build yourself around a support group that when you start telling your story, you got people that love you, that are connected with you, that say stay strong. You know, people used to always say to me, well, family is blood. You know what I mean? Really? No. Family are people that love you, support you, and help you be as happy and as you possibly can.